Good evening, viewers. Welcome to today's Insightful Talk Show. I am Adeomi Ikukologmo, today's program host. Our topic for today is youth and politics. So let's be honest. When was the last time you had a group of youth Nigerians passionately discussing politics or governance? For many, it's not a priority, and that's exactly the problem we will be talking about today. So joining me today is someone who has not only studied this issue closely, but also actively engaged in student politics and youth advocacy. So it's nice to meet you here, sir. Can you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, thank you so much, Miles. My name is Kolaoli Taiwo Raphael. I'm a 300 level mass communication student of the fastest growing university in sub-Saharan Africa, the Bamidele Olumina University of Education, Science and Technology, Ikere-Ekiti, OST.
Thank you, sir. You are welcome, sir. But before we go deep into our conversation about our previous the topic I mentioned before, which is youth and politics, we would like to talk about the theme youth and politics. So, what makes the topics particularly relevant or urgent in Nigeria, in today's Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much, my host. I would say what makes this topic is especially urgent because what we see now is a generation that is vibrant, that is creative, that is full of potentials, but they are dangerously distant from political affairs. And this is not just about running for offices, but about understanding how decisions that are made at the top affect us all, from fuel prices to economic policy to even internet regulation and so on. So we are living in a time whereby the young people of Nigeria are the heartbeat of the economy. So they are like the drivers that is driving the innovation and the pop culture. But when it comes to civic participation, there's a noticeable silence, and that silence is what these conversations aims to challenge. So we have to start seeing political awareness as not just something or a thing for maybe politicians or activists alone, but as a necessary life skill. So because whether we like it or not, politics shape our reality.
Yes.
And if we don't pay attention, we definitely pay the price. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Raphael, for shedding light on this topic. I would like to ask you this question, sir. So before we proceed, I would like to, maybe we should just go on a short commercial break. We will be back soon.
Hi PSTs, are you looking for a way to get your affordable perfume? Bimi's Fragrance got you covered. She sells perfumes, deodorants, body spray, body mist, air freshener, room spray, car spray, just name it all. And she also sells in wholesales. We are located in Ikere-Ekiti along Boesti Road. To contact us, you can call this number 081 34 51 9709.
Thank you. We are talking about, just like what we are talking about youth and politics in Nigeria, how it affects our students and every other people. So I would like to ask this question, Mr. Raphael. In your view, how politically aware is the average Nigerian youth today and doing well in their careers?
Honestly, not so aware, and that is what is most alarming. So, and this even among the so-called elites, the so-called youth, because I have seen top students,
Yes.
I've seen youth who are doing well in their career, who doesn't even know how politics operates, how the political system, how it operates. So this is not just about intelligence, because go to the streets, do a survey, do an interview. An average Nigerian youth doesn't even know the current Senate President of Nigeria, talk less of knowing whether he's performed well or not. So this is not just about intelligence. it's focused around interest and exposure. So many have simply never been guided to pay attention to political matters unless it affects us directly, and that is the foundation of the problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raphael. That's a great perspective. I would like to ask this question as well. Mr. Raphael,
Okay.
and I would like to ask you this question, and I will be very glad if you can give me a very affirmative answer on that. So, only hope you enjoyed that. And the question is, some say politics is dirty, but do you think that belief is preventing youth from even staying informed?
Okay, yes, absolutely. You know, the phrase politics is dirty has been used so often that it has now become a word. So many youths seems maybe getting involved means getting their hands dirty. So they avoid it entirely. And like I will say, and I'll continue to say, that there's a difference between being informed and being corrupt. We don't all have to be politicians, but we all have to be political aware. Okay. That's it.
All right, thank you, sir. And thank you, sir, Mr. Raphael. Considering everything you have said, let me give you this question. Maybe you can just give me the question that I expected from you. Do you believe this lack of awareness is just a coincidence, or has it been engineered by those in power?
I would say the government or the leaders play a huge role in this phenomenon. So, first and foremost, there is a systemic failure in how civic education or history is operated or is taught or prioritized in Nigeria. So, and I also believe that this is a calculated effort to keep the youth distracted, because even it can be either through poor education, through unemployment, okay, or even entertainment, because so that we do not challenge the status quo. Because an aware youth or an informed youth,
yes,
is like a threat to the government. Let's say we look at our history. History is barely taught in primary schools and secondary schools, and that is bad, because by the time when we don't know where we are coming from, it will be very hard to predict or to know where we are going.
Sure.
So history has a lot of importance, because it is history that built our national identity. So, and now we are having youth that can't even trace political events beyond what they see on social media. That is the problem, and that is the danger, because when an entire youth becomes distracted or are unaware about what is going on, it will weaken our democracy, and power will be handed over to people who are not supposed to have it. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raphael. That adds a lot of clarity to our doubt about politics and youth in Nigeria. But moving forward to another point, we often hear calls for youths to join parties or run for office. But shouldn't the first step being informed and engaged with national issues?
Okay, I would say telling youth to go into politics or that is not the first step. See, the first and the most important step is to be informed and to engage with national issues.
Okay.
Because you can't lead what you don't understand. So, and civic participation is not just about contesting election. It starts with understanding your country, your rights, yes, your constitution. Because once you are informed, you're able to engage meaningfully. When the youth began to show lackadaisical attitude, because information, once you are informed, you're able to engage meaningfully in any setting, either your society, your school, in your community, or even eventually when you get into the political office. That's it.
Okay, thank you. That was well said, yeah, Mr. Raphael. But I asked you another question, and I would like if you can give me this question give me some affirmative answer on that. So, what are the things that you need to do to bridge all these gaps together concerning politics and youth in Nigeria?
Okay, I'll say in order to bridge this gap and to make youth more political conscious,
Yes.
everyone has a role to play.
Sure, yeah.
From the society, the school, the family, and even the youth themselves. See, starting from the society, we have to change the perspective surrounding politics. Politics is not just a thing for old men and old women alone.
Yes.
It is a necessity. It is what that drives our economy. It is what that dictates the way of life of every citizen in a country. So, moving to the school, we need more political education.
Yes.
Politics is not just, or governance is not just something for art students alone. It should be a general course that should be taught among different students in both primary, secondary, and even tertiary institutions. So, coming to family, we have to change the mentality, because most parents try to divert the attention of their children from politics. So, and we need to change that mentality. Teach them in order to know their rights, to know the political event that is happening. That's happening. So, as a youth, if I come to youth, I want to address the youth now. As a youth, we have to take responsibility. We have to know that this is what dictates our future. We should take responsibility. Once we take responsibility, and if all these things are incorporated together, we can bridge this gap, and every youth will become political conscious, and which will lead to the betterment of our society, either economically or any other way, in order to improve our society.
Thank you, Mr. Raphael. Thank you for the points you give to us. And finally, if you had the chance to speak directly to every Nigerian youth today for just 30 minutes, what would your message be about saying political awareness?
Okay, what I'll say is, you don't have to run for office to make a difference. You just have to understand your country. Don't let anyone shut you out of conversation that will shape your future. Political awareness is not just an opinion. It is a responsibility, and it's your responsibility.
As a citizen,
yes, it's your responsibility.
Okay.
So don't let anyone shut out of any conversation that will shape your future. These are what shape your future. Political awareness is your responsibility. Nigerian belongs to all of us. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Raphael. I really appreciate your presence here. Thank you once again.
Welcome.
I thank every one of us. Thank you for the audience for listening to us. I think you people learn a lot through this, and you should know your rights when it comes to Nigeria youth and politics. So thanks for waiting for us. Goodbye.